Have you ever walked into a brand new model home and thought, oh yeah, this is it? This is where I'll host Friendsgiving with matching dinnerware and adult conversations about throw pillows. And then the sales rep appears, like a genie in khakis, offering free snacks and handing you a clipboard with a pen. Hold up, don't sign that clipboard yet. In today's video, I'm breaking down the top 5 things you absolutely need to know before buying a new construction home in the Sacramento area. Plus, one bonus tip that could save you thousands of dollars and months of stress. Whether it's your first home, your next home, or you never thought I'd leave the old one home, let's make sure you're protected. So here's the deal. Those quartz countertops, the designer tile backsplash, the sleek waterfall island that looks like it was pulled straight from a Pinterest board, yeah, odds are those aren't part of the base price. In fact, model homes are like that perfectly filtered Instagram post. Gorgeous, inspiring, and just a little bit misleading. Builders know how to put on a show. They hire top-tier stagers and interior designers to make those homes feel like luxury resorts. You walk in and suddenly you're sipping imaginary espresso, picturing your dog curled up on the sunlit hardwood floor and thinking, wow, I didn't know I needed a wine fridge next to my laundry room, but now I do. That might only cover the bare bones. I'm talking builder grade carpet that feels like flattened teddy bear fur, laminate counters that try their best to look like granite, and one lonely light fixture swinging from the ceiling like a sad piñata. Before your heart gets ahead of your wallet, ask the builder for a full included features list. That's the stuff you actually get for the base price. Then, separately, ask for a complete list of available upgrades with pricing. Don't assume that the luxury you saw in the model is what you'll end up living in. Here's an insider tip. Not all upgrades are created equal. Some, like upgraded flooring, kitchen countertops, or an extra bedroom, can significantly boost resale value. Others, like LED lit cabinet toe kicks or a custom dog washing station, may be cool, but won't give you any bang for your buck if you ever decide that you need to sell. Have you ever walked through a model home and felt like you were on the set of an HGTV dream home reveal? Be honest, did the smell of fresh paint and fake cookies get you? Drop a yes in the comments if you've been lured in by that perfectly staged model magic. All right, now let's talk timelines, my friend. The builder might smile and tell you, we're scheduled to be done by July. But here's what they don't say out loud. If the weather cooperates, permits are approved on time, and our drywall crew doesn't get pulled to another job in Folsom, that July might quietly morph into August. Then blink, and suddenly it's October. And I've seen it stretch out to next March. Yep, it happens. Here's the thing. Building a home is not like Amazon Prime. It's more like trying to cook Thanksgiving dinner with 5 chefs, 1 oven, and a turkey that forgot to thaw. There are a lot of moving parts: inspections, trade schedules, material availability, labor shortages, and don't even get me started on back-ordered windows. You'd think they were made of gold the way they vanish off the market. Weather delays, one rainy week can stall progress by 2. Supply chain issues? Remember during COVID when garage doors were suddenly made of unicorn tears? Permits taking forever because, well, bureaucracy. And then labor shortages because skilled tradespeople are in high demand and short supply. Here's a pro strategy. Build flexibility into your timeline. Seriously, don't give notice to your landlord too soon. Don't schedule movers for the exact estimated completion date, and definitely don't line up furniture deliveries for move-in weekend unless you're cool with them sitting in a storage unit for a while. You need a just-in-case plan for where you'll stay if things get delayed. Maybe it's month-to-month rent, maybe it's your in-laws' guest room, but let's hope it doesn't come to that. Maybe it's just a longer overlap between your current place and your new home. I've had clients with boxes taped, moving truck booked, pets kenneled, and hearts set, only to find out that framing hadn't even been finished yet. And it's heartbreaking because this is more than just a delay. It's your life on pause, and it's frustrating when nobody gave you the full picture. So, what's the takeaway? Stay optimistic, but be prepared. Be excited, but don't be surprised if the finish line moves. Have you ever had a big move or project delayed at the last minute? Share your story in the comments. It might just help someone else feel a little less alone in the wait. All right, now it's time to clear something up. New doesn't mean flawless. It just means nobody's lived in it yet. That's it. That's the only guarantee. I can't tell you how many buyers have said, but it's brand new. What could possibly be wrong? Well, let me just say, I've seen things. I've seen things I can't unsee. Like a brand new HVAC unit blowing hot air in July, or toilets that weren't even bolted down. Surprise splash, anyone? A state-of-the-art electrical panel installed completely backwards, a water heater not even hooked up, roof vents sealed shut, and a dishwasher that draining into the kitchen cabinets. Yep, all of that in homes that just received their final inspections. Now look, I'm not here to bash builders. Most of them are working hard to do the right thing. But homes are built by humans. Humans make mistakes. And when 20 plus different trades are working on the same project, things get missed. And guess what? The final walkthrough isn't enough. You're excited. You're looking at where your couch will go and imagining your first dinner in that dreamy kitchen. You're not crawling into the attic or testing every outlet. That's why you still need a third-party home inspection, even on new construction. Now, this inspector, they work for you, not the builder, not the city, they work for you. A good inspector will check the foundation, the roof, the plumbing, the electrical, the HVAC, even the drainage around the property. They might find small things like loose outlets or missing sealant around windows, but they could also catch big stuff that the builder has to fix before you close. Remember, it's way easier to get things corrected before you move in than after. Once your name's on the deed, the urgency from the builder tends to fade a little bit. And yes, many builders provide a 1-year home warranty, but wouldn't you rather catch problems before you're settling in for your first Netflix binge and your ceiling starts dripping? Here's the thing. You want to bring your inspector in before your final walkthrough so you can share findings with the builder before closing. Many builders even allow a pre-drywall inspection, which lets your inspector catch issues before they get covered up with paint and drywall. Would you assume a brand new home is good to go, or are you a trust but verify kind of person? Drop your take in the comments. Ever find something sketchy in a brand new home? I'd love to hear your story. All right, now let's talk money. Specifically, who's giving you the money and what strings are attached. Now, most builders have a preferred lender. It's like their buddy at the financial lunch table. And they're saying things like, use our lender and we'll give you $10,000 towards your closing costs. Or they'll give you free upgrades if you go with our in-house financing. Sounds amazing, right? And sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. Because while that $10,000 incentive sounds sweet, it might be wrapped inside a loan with a higher interest rate, extra fees, or less flexible terms. Builders aren't handing out free money just because they like your smile. There's usually a business reason behind it. Think of it like this. Would you take a $10,000 discount on a car if it meant your monthly payments were $150 higher than they needed to be? Probably not. And that's why you need to compare. Shop around, talk to the preferred lender, hear their offer, but then call at least one or two outside lenders, maybe someone your realtor, me, recommends. Have them quote you on the exact same day so the interest rates are comparable, and look at the full picture. You want to look at the rate, the fees, the credits, the terms, and the timeline. Pay attention to the APR, not just the interest rate. APR shows the true cost of the loan, including fees. And here's something else to consider. What's more important to you right now? Lower monthly payments or lower upfront cost? Now, if you're tight on cash and need that builder credit to cover closing, cool, let's make it work. But if you're more focused on long-term affordability, it might be worth skipping the credit and locking in a better rate elsewhere. Some builders will only give you that incentive if you use their lender. So if you walk away, you might lose that credit. That's why it's important to run the numbers both ways. Here's an example. Builder's lender offers a $10,000 credit, but the loan is at 7.25%. An outside lender offers 6.75%, but no credit. And over 30 years, that lower rate could save you more than $10,000 in interest. Have your agent help you compare loan estimate sheets side by side. I do this with my clients all the time because we're not just looking at closing day, we're looking at year 5, year 10, and beyond. When it comes to buying a home, would you rather save more upfront or over the long haul? Drop your takes in the comment. I would love to hear how folks approach this decision. Okay, this next one is a sneaky big deal, especially with new construction communities. It's not just about the house, it's about the whole neighborhood. You're not buying in a vacuum, you're buying into a vision, and you need to know what that vision actually includes. Let's start with the HOA, the Homeowners Association. That friendly little flyer may say low monthly dues, but unless you ask the right questions, you might find out those dues cover, well, not much. Just because you're paying $150 a month doesn't mean there's a lazy river, dog spa, and free yoga on the greenbelt. Ask, what exactly do those dues cover? Is landscaping included? Is there a community pool or a clubhouse? Do they handle exterior maintenance? Is the front yard maintained by the HOA, or is that still on you? Also, find out if the dues are fixed or if they're likely to increase after the builder hands things over to the homeowners. Because sometimes that low intro rate is builder subsidized. And once the development's done, the dues suddenly jump higher than your mortgage rate. Now, let's talk about rules. HOAs come with covenants, conditions, and restrictions, also known as CC&Rs. That's a fancy way of saying, here's what you can't do. Want to paint your front door lime green? Better check the handbook. Thinking about building a shed for your tools? Might not fly. Want to park your RV in the driveway? Probably not. You need to know the rules ahead of time, especially if you've got pets, toys, boats, trailers, ATVs, or dreams of turning your garage into a man cave with neon signs and a poker table. And now for the kicker, future assessments. That's the fancy term for surprise charges. Things like, oh, hey, the playground needs replacing. Here's your $800 share. We're installing solar-powered lamppost. It's eco-friendly and it's going to cost you. So be sure to ask if there's ever been past assessments or if any are on the horizon. All right, now let's shift to community development plans. This is especially critical in new build neighborhoods where the dirt's still flying and the porta potties still outnumber the mailboxes. Ask, what phase are we in? How many total phases are planned? What's the projected timeline for a full build out? Where are the future amenities going? And when will they actually be built? Because listen, phase one might look great on the glossy brochure, but if you move in early, you might be living with the soothing sounds of construction trucks, nail guns, and backup beepers for the next 5 years. It's hard to enjoy that beautiful backyard when there's a bulldozer playing percussion on the lot next door. Ask to see a full community site plan. Builders usually have one, they just don't always offer it up front. Look at where the parks, walking trails, and clubhouses will go. Also, look at where the high density apartments or townhomes will be, because that greenbelt view might turn into a 4-story condo complex in 2 years. Have you ever lived in an HOA community? Good or bad? Would you prefer strict rules and nice amenities, or more freedom and fewer frills? All right, now it's time to lean in. This right here, this is the most important tip in the entire video, and it's the one too many buyers learn the hard way. Bring your own agent with you. Not after you've toured, not after you've fallen in love with the kitchen, not after you've been handed a sparkling water and a clipboard. You need to bring your agent with you on your very first visit to the model home, period. Why, you ask? Because if you walk in without representation and sign your name, even just on that sign-in sheet, they can legally claim your representation is waived. Yep, that friendly smile at the front desk, that just fill this out so we know who stopped by form, that's not just a guest book. That's their first step in locking you into their sales process without your own advocate. Let me break it down. The sales agent in the model home, they may be warm, polished, and professional, probably wearing a blazer you wish you could pull off. But they work for the builder. Their job is to protect the builder's interest, to sell homes at the highest price, to minimize the builder's exposure, and to close deals as is with minimal contingencies and as little friction as possible. That's their role, and they're good at it. But who's protecting you in that situation? That's where I come in. Your agent, your advocate, your eagle-eyed negotiator who knows the contracts, the pressure points, the red flags, and all the hidden in plain sight clauses that can bite you down the line. Here's what I do for my new build clients and why it matters. Review the builder's purchase agreement. Let's get one thing straight. Builder contracts are not your standard California residential purchase agreements. They're often 40+ pages of legal jargon, custom written by their attorneys to protect their interests. Now, I go through these contracts line by line with you to explain what's actually being promised, what isn't, and what you need to watch for, like clause traps, tight deadlines, and sneaky wording about upgrade obligations, deposits, or timeline shifts. Think of me as your contract decoder. Next, I'll help you understand what's negotiable and what isn't. Some things are set in stone with builders, but others totally negotiable. We're talking closing costs, credits, appliance packages, lot premiums, and in some cases, even structural upgrades or design credits. You'd be surprised how often buyers leave money on the table just because they didn't ask. I hope you to understand where we can push, where we can pivot, and where we can win without rocking the boat. After that, I'll guide you through the design center decisions. Here's where a lot of buyers get blindsided. That showroom looks like a HGTV dream, but it's also where budgets go to die. Upgrading everything you saw in the model, that could easily run you $50,000 to $100,000. I help you prioritize smart, strategic upgrades especially the ones that'll give you resale value and let you enjoy your space now without breaking the bank. And if that laundry room tile costs more than your car, we're going to have a little talk. Keep tabs on the construction timeline and required check-ins. New builds can take anywhere from 4 to 12 plus months. During that time, there are key milestones where decisions need to be made, and things can fall through the cracks fast. From foundation pouring to pre-drywall inspections, I keep you updated and plugged into every stage, making sure that we're catching errors early, confirming selections on time, and staying ahead of builder missteps. I've seen things get delayed because one email went unopened, not on my watch. Then we have recommended independent inspectors, lenders, and title companies. The builder has a preferred team, but guess what? You have the right to bring your own, and you should. From third-party inspectors who actually work for you, to lenders that might beat the builder's rates, to title reps who don't skip steps. I've got trusted pros who can give you a true second opinion. It's all about protecting your investment and giving you choices. And then I'm going to speak up when something's off, because my job is to represent you, not the builder's bottom line. This might be the most important part. I've got no dog in the builder's race. I'm not on their payroll, and my loyalty is to you. If something feels rushed, gets left out, or flat out looks wrong, I'll bring it up. I've had builders try to slide in last-minute changes, or oops, we didn't pour the patio slab. And let me tell you, those conversations go a lot differently when I'm there to back you up. Whether it's a small fix or a major issue, you deserve someone who's not afraid to ask the tough questions and demand the right outcome. Bottom line, when you bring your own agent into the new build process, you're bringing a shield, a guide, and an advocate into an environment that's built to serve the builder, not the buyer. You wouldn't go to a court without a lawyer. You wouldn't draft your own fantasy football team without a game plan. Don't walk into a builder's sales office without representation. And maybe most importantly, I keep the process human. Builders can sometimes get tunnel vision. My role is to make sure that your needs, dreams, and timeline don't get lost in the shuffle. The moment you walk into that sales office, just say this: thanks so much. I'm working with a realtor, and they'll be joining me for all appointments moving forward. Boom. That one sentence can save you months of headaches and give you legal protection from day one. Because once your agent is registered with the builder, you're back in the driver's seat. Have you ever walked into a new build community solo and felt pressured, or signed something before really knowing what it meant? Be honest. Drop it in the comments and help someone else avoid the same trap. And listen, if you're watching this right now and you're thinking about touring some model homes this weekend, hit pause. Shoot me a text or a call first. Let's game plan before you go. No pressure, just protection. All right, let's hit those 5 key takeaways one more time. Know what's included versus upgraded. Expect delays, plan for flexibility. Always get a home inspection. Shop your loan options. Ask about HOA rules and community timeline. And the bonus tip, bring your agent with you. Day one, no exceptions. Now, if you found this helpful, like the video, subscribe, and please share it with a friend who's thinking about buying a new build. Even one of these tips could save someone from a giant headache. Buying a new home is exciting. It's a blank canvas, a fresh start, a dream coming to life. But even with all that excitement, there's wisdom in moving forward with clarity, preparation, and the right support team. If no one's told you this today, you're capable. You're worthy of a home that reflects your story, and you don't have to do it alone. I've got your back every step of the way. Drop a comment, even just hey. It helps more than you know. Like, share, and don't forget to subscribe so YouTube doesn't hide these real talk videos from folks who actually need them. And remember, a single smile is infectious. It can spread joy and cover a mile. Until next time, take care, stay encouraged, and let's build something beautiful together.